The food that is being loaded onto it comes from World Central Kitchen, the charity run by Chef Jose Andres. And World Central Kitchen is saying they are ready to go. They say technically there are no holdups. They say the issue here is diplomatic. They say diplomacy at this point is ongoing. They are not being specific about what that diplomatic holdup is, but it appears that they don't have agreement from all parties at this point to depart from Cyprus, head to the coast of Gaza, and begin delivering that aid. It does remain unclear what the so-called last mile of this delivery is going to look like, how this aid is actually going to make it off of this ship in the eastern Mediterranean to the people who so badly need it in northern Gaza.
United States and British warplanes carried out fresh airstrikes in small towns of Yemen, hitting port cities and small towns, killing at least 11 people and injuring 14 others. The strikes follow the first civilian fatalities and a vessel loss since the Houthis began attacking commercial ships in November. The airstrikes also coincide with the first day of the holy month of Ramadan. Meanwhile, the Houthis targeted what they described as a U.S. ship Pinocchio in the Red Sea with missiles.
Guns rule the streets in a lawless Haiti, and this man, Jimmy Cherizier, known as Barbecue, oversees the gangs. At the same moment on Monday that regional leaders were meeting to say that the Haitian people must control their own destiny, Barbecue was essentially saying the same thing. But these international leaders say it's the gangs that have plunged the nation into further chaos. Since early March, scores have been killed, thousands left homeless, infrastructure attacked.
Israeli airstrikes killed at least 67 people in Gaza on the first day of Ramadan, according to the Gazan Health Ministry. The strikes continue as hundreds of Palestinians begin celebrating Ramadan, a month normally associated with joy and celebration. UNRWA has called for a ceasefire during the month of Ramadan, citing widespread hunger and calling the situation in the north of Gaza tragic.
Moving on, India's Defence Research and Development Organization test-fired Agni V ballistic missile with multiple warhead technology under mission Divyastra. The indigenously developed weapon system aims to alter the country's geopolitical and strategic position and significantly change the situation in Southeast Asia. The Agni V MIRV missile was developed by DRDO over a decade ago. The new weapon system has multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle technology, also known as MIRV technology.
In Indonesia's West Sumatra province, this is the aftermath of days of torrential rain, homes damaged and roads resembling rivers. Emergency services are scrambling to save stranded families. Damage to roads and bridges are making rescue difficult. As waters recede, some residents have started to clean their homes, but they are still coming to terms with the cost of the natural disaster.
To Switzerland now, where helicopters were seen searching an area near the Matterhorn mountain on Monday amid efforts to find a skier after other members of a missing ski party were found dead. 5 bodies were found on Sunday, with authorities saying the cause of death was most likely from catastrophic conditions involving avalanches, snowstorms and extremely low temperatures, adding that an investigation is underway.
Video from inside Chilean flight Latam 800 capturing the aftermath of some harrowing moments. On board the flight from Sydney to Auckland, New Zealand, 50 injured passengers and crew members. At least one lying on the floor, others with bleeding head injuries after being thrown to the ceiling. 13 sent to area hospitals. In a statement, the airline says the plane experienced a strong shake during flight, the cause of which is currently under investigation. On FlightAware, Latam 800 is shown flying at 41,000 feet when its altitude reading is suddenly lost for roughly an hour and 10 minutes, then reappearing as the plane approaches Auckland.